Is on. Oh, I did it again. Good morning, everybody. I'm hopeful that you can see us. This is new digs for us at the moment, so let us know in the chat while we get going here. Really? Well, it's there. It's not here.
Does that matter?
I don't know.
Can anyone hear us? That's a question.
This is how all good streams start. Can you hear me?
Yes. Awesome.
All right, we will. Let's just give this a minute here because I know people are trickling in, and I'm going to assume you can also see us. You can check out Carrie Guerndeel throw. Wow, it's not starting off very well. The OG shirt. I haven't seen one of these in a while. All right, it's 12:01. We've waited long enough. So, greetings, happy May. First and foremost, we hope that everybody is safe and healthy, and these are certainly difficult times for all of us as, I guess I'll just say, humans. Not really something that we really expected, and I know a lot of people are playing multiple roles inside of their house, and be it teacher and working from home and whatnot. So certainly everybody is in our thoughts and prayers, and we hope everybody is trucking along the best that they can. Before we get started here, we did ask for a list of questions, so we do have a few. I will just start with the person who asked if we will ship you bacon. That's not going to happen, but if we could, I guess, hopefully there's not pork shortages. It seems like that's a thing that's about to happen, but yes, if you have questions, drop them in the chat. We're going to watch the chat, and if anybody submits anything, we'll get to that too. As always, let's have an open and honest conversation as best we can. So, should we get started?
Let's get started.
Because we got a lot. I first just want to thank everybody for just supporting one another. Not even necessarily supporting us. We started this to start a community, and these are those times where it's really important to support one another. And we're happy to just be a small part of the grander thing. So my hat's off. My hair's not. To everybody who is just out there getting involved, sharing their story. I think the thing that we've learned probably the most in the past couple months is just talking to one another and friends has helped quite a bit, whether that's in business or in life and school. There's a lot going on, and unbottling it seems to help quite a bit. So thank you for the support. Thank you for supporting one another in this. I also want to thank the sponsors that we have: CUNA Mutual Group, Envisia, Red Hat. These are folks that are sticking with us through these times, and it's important. There is no book that talks about how to run an event in a pandemic, which is why we're all here today. But a special thank you to all of them for supporting us and ultimately supporting all of you. We could not do this without any of them. We're on Twitch. This was something new for us versus going to YouTube. Our goal is to have a much more engaging conversation with everybody every week. We're going to start streaming every Monday and Wednesday from Twitch. It's our hope that this platform will give us something a little bit more near and dear to who we are as programmers. We will record them off and save them up to YouTube, but as we start to get rolling, we feel like this new world might be a good place for us. So, the question on everybody's mind: what is happening with 2020? And that's really where we're going to start. And to just cut to the chase, 2020 is not going to happen as it's happened in the past. It would be irresponsible for us to have an event knowing what the current climate is and potentially get everybody sick or their kids sick, our staff sick. There is just not enough information out to make, I'll say, a calculated decision on how we can keep people and their families safe. We've been working very closely with the Kalahari. We've been watching multiple states and countries as to how they're handling this. And I think we all have read the news enough that large events aren't really a thing right now. That dog's gonna keep banging on the door, so you might as well go let him in. A new space. Can I turn on bits? No, I can't, because we don't have enough people to follow us yet. So we're not cool enough just yet to do that. So as we know it for 2020, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen as we knew it, as we used to know it. Does it mean it's going to happen? Yes. We are going to do a one-day virtual event in the style that best suits us, us being the community. We'd like to kick off the day with a couple keynotes, and then follow it up by the largest, most kick-ass virtual open space that we can do. We don't have all the details as to what that will be yet. We will do it on August 3rd. If the landscape changes between now and August, maybe we have a small number of people, but the guidance we have right now is, if you look at Illinois, there will not be any events until the last phase. So you're talking sometime in 2021, and any event that's to happen from now to then can't be any more than 50 people. And because of that, it just doesn't make any sense for us to really put the effort into doing anything around that.
And I think that the in-person piece of that conference is a huge piece of who we are in our community and gathering together and the interactions with people. So, that's part of the canceling as well, knowing that we can, if we have to stay 6 feet apart from each other, how does that really engage the community together and around? So that was part of kind of the decision around it as well.
Yeah. And there's a lot of things that go into this that we're just not really sure of. How do you feed people? How do you, people of high contact, so your partners, my staff, our staff, how do we keep them from getting infected and whatnot? And, I'd rather be, how do you say it, overly cautious and wrong than foolish and cause bigger issues. So with that being said, we're not going to let this year go, because this is year 9, and I'll be damned if we're not going to get to year 10. And it's hard. I know a lot of folks thought that maybe we weren't making a decision fast enough, but we didn't necessarily really need to until we could get the information that we wanted to. And so working with the Kalahari and all that, and as much information we can get as the states was important. So we will have this year, we will have it on August 3rd. We will do it kind of semi-virtually. We will have a couple keynotes and then some open spaces. We are going to create a shirt that kind of represents this year, because I know a lot of us have them all lined up. We are going to make it a donation ticket. The donation is to purely help us keep the lights on. You don't need to give any money, but the ticket will be there. We do ask that you at least, I'll say, purchase a ticket so that we, can keep track of who's there and whatnot, and support the sponsors that are there. So we'll basically have a donation-based ticket. We'll have a kind of a swag ticket, if you will, a shirt or a hoodie ticket. We'll get that stuff up here in the next week or so. We have some changes to our website, a new homepage, and all that we'll have that listed soon. So that's the event. So then we have, of course, the speakers. And I mean this when I say it. Everything about what was going to happen for this year has been better and better and better than every year in the past. So it really sucks to be here and know that we can't do it, because everything was happening, like all the right things were happening. More speakers, better partners, more women, more, like all the right things. So it really stinks to not, have the in-person event. So, and the hardest thing that we have to do every year is tell speakers no. And, this year, obviously, we have to say no from a in-person perspective, but we're going to say yes from an every week perspective. So we'll have an email to come out to each of the speakers. I'm inviting them to join us in this Twitch stream on our channel, and we will stream 1, 2, I don't care, 5 times a week, and we're going to dive into all of the good stories, all the good things that got submitted, and there's no need for that to get lost. Let's just change the conversation a little bit and figure out how to provide value for everybody, but virtually. So we'll send that out to the speakers, everybody who spoke soon, and not limited to speakers, right? If anybody would like to share their story, then we will do that.
But the email will go out to everyone who submitted.
The email will go out to everybody who submitted, and that'll happen in the next day or so. I need to get Calendarly set up and a few other things to make it easy for people to jump on my calendar and us to get it scheduled and going. But right now the plan is to do every Monday and Wednesday here on Twitch. We're going to come up with a few sponsorship packages for the third. What does it mean to have a sponsorship on a virtual event? We are very cognizant of the other virtual events going on. It'll be a very low priced sponsorship package. Again, it's about connecting folks and about us, keeping the lights on. So we'll have that to come as well here in, I don't know, that'll probably take us a week or so to get done. So that's a quick recap on 2020, which leads me to the next set of exciting things. I said that we were going to get to 2021. We're going to get to year 10, no matter what. So get your pen and pencil, because we have a confirmed date for 2021. We are shifting the schedule a little bit. Next year, our 10th year, and here comes the dog. Next year, our 10th year will be on July 26th. So we're moving the date forward to the last full week in July. We know there's a lot of folks from Indiana and Ohio where we start to bump up against school years, and depending on leap year, how the calendar backs around and moves, it's created some issues. Because we're not throwing in the towel, turns out we can kind of shift the dates around. So we're gonna move it up to July 26th, and we hope that works the best for everybody.
So the full dates would be July 26th to July 29th, so Monday through Thursday.
Same format, same way we've done it in the past, just is that
Just 1 week earlier.
1 week
Yep.
earlier. Now, having said that, we are going to shift all of the milestone dates around. So we're going to open call for speakers a little bit earlier. Call for sponsors is already open. In fact, CUNA Mutual Group and Vizia and Red Hat are sponsoring in 2021. So, thank you to them. But we're going to move the schedule forward a little bit. Schedule forward a little bit so that we have a little bit more time to just kind of get things accomplished, knowing that we have multiple things going on, which leads us to, there's been some rumors about us going to Texas, and it sounds like a pretty good time to do that too. So in 2021, we will also have another event in Texas. We're at the Kalahari Resort down there. We're working through what a good date would be for that. But to be quite honest, I can't think of a better time to do this than as soon as we can. Say now, but we can't do it right now, so that kind of sucks. We're kind of rolling. We don't really know how any of this will plan out, and thus
We're just trying to evolve, I guess, during this time.
Yeah.
And make the changes we've talked about for a while now and actually implement them and just kind of go for it, since everything's somewhat up in the air and has been for a while with all this.
Yeah. So we will hit our 10th year in Wisconsin and our first year in Texas. That will be 2021, and we will all shake one another's hands or fist bump, and we will kick this virus in the ass, because we still believe that being in person, there is no better way to extend a community, have a high fidelity conversation, share with one another, all that. We love being online, but at the same token, we love being in person more. So a lot more to come with that as time goes on. Again, I mentioned we have a new homepage coming. If you've been watching the website, you've noticed that we just redirect you to the Wisconsin event. That's all been kind of tea leaves, foreshadowing. We've just been kind of trying to get built up and make sure we hit our milestones, whatnot. All right, let me answer a few questions that have been coming in through here. I assume the speakers from 2020 will need to reapply in 2021. Yes, sort of. What we're going to do is we're going to come up with a new status, because I just can't go through and deny everybody in their session status, but we'll mark them, denied for all intents and purposes. The
ones that were submitted this year.
Ones that were submitted for 2020. You will, you still have access to that. So your account has that listing. We're not gonna, like in years past, they kind of went away. That won't be the case now. It'll stay there, and if you want to resubmit it or edit and resubmit it, we're gonna have a feature to let you do that easily. So that will certainly come as we get closer to that. To answer the next one here, will we see the previous events in the past? Yes, we're working on that. It would have been done already, but unfortunately with everything that's going on, we've had to kind of step back and reevaluate the things going on just to get our feet under us. So we will get all that stuff ported over. You'll be able to see all the old events and the old speakers, and we'll try to connect best new membership profiles to old sessions, and we'll ask for everybody's help in that because we did make a very explicit decision to delete everybody's old logins and start fresh. Will the Texas event be in the same format? The Texas event will sort of be in the same format. It's the plan at the moment, but it may be a little different based upon family and schedules. Wisconsin has a unique advantage that it's in the middle of the summer, and that was intentional, so it's easy for families to come to it. But we have to play with Texas schedules and see, and we'll get it sorted out. But the intent is there are a lot of folks in Texas who are already fans, super fans. There are active members in our community with the Kalahari opening another venue down there. It's been something we've been talking to them for years. So glad to kind of see it getting here. I'll say scared shitless, but well, let's go. So yeah, that more to come for sure. The other thing that we want to do, as we start getting things kind of resituated here, I was talking about having chatting with speakers multiple times a week, is also do a monthly keynote. And keynotes and a lot of the soft skill stuff that we've done has always been very intentional to kind of recenter people back to why they got into this, why they're passionate about the things that they do. And since we're in all of this, I can't think of yet again a better time to just start doing more of that in a format that's a little bit more consumable. And so rather than doing a 4-day virtual online thing, I'd rather do 12 keynotes for the year that you can consume and reflect on and really internalize without necessarily being kind of overwhelmed and everything else that's going on. So so more to come on that for sure, but we're building up to that. And which kind of brings me to just our rhythm of things. And I know it gets a little noisy sometimes in Slack, but or at least for those who are in Slack, but the rhythm will kind of feel like this. We'll get to a monthly keynote. We'll have a stream on Monday. We do our open lunch on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we'll stream again. On Thursday, we're doing a lunch. So every Tuesday and Thursday, we're already doing these open lunches, and feel free to join. The only reason we haven't shared the URL kind of broadly in social media is just because of everything else that's going on. So if you need it, join us in Slack and it's there. But Monday stream, Tuesday lunch, Wednesday stream, Thursday lunch, and then Friday happy hours. And I think we'll start switching around the time some. I need to find a better way that we can let people know when it is. I know, we have people on the West Coast and on the East. And so I know 5 o'clock happy hour is not always conducive for everybody, and we want to be as inclusive as we can be across the U.S.
And do we have all these times and dates on our website so people can reference?
That's all part of the new homepage.
So no, not yet.
Not yet.
Okay.
You should know that.
I know, but not everybody knows that.
How did I get Carrie to use them on camera? That is a great question. Please check out her
Oh
OG
my
shirt.
gosh.
That's set. So yeah, like a good rhythm. Please be part of it. If you have feedback, please send it to us. We're all ears. We're trying to kind of adapt and evolve the best we can. Great leading question. What about the That Conference online store? It's coming. It's almost done. We're working on it now. Hopefully in the next week, it goes live. Sizes, all that, we got hooked up directly with the folks that do all of our printing, and so we can do it now on demand and get shipping down, not such a strain on us here. So we've been working with the printer through that the last couple of weeks. The store's going through the last little bits, and that will come here soon. So yes, great there. And with that being said, last year Jamie Newberry stood up and gave one of the keynotes, and you know that she started something called Picture This Clothing. Her and I have kept in touch since then, and my video's dropping frames like crazy. We're new at this, that's all I can say. So Jamie and I have kept up. We're both sitting in a place where we have startups and lots of sharing going back and forth. And one of the things she's done with her business is they've had to pivot some too, and they're making masks. And she's giving everybody a 15% discount if you want to get anything from Picture This Clothing. But if you use the discount code THAT, T-H-A-T, you can go get a mask or a shirt or whatever have you. So thank you to Jamie and everybody at Picture This Clothing.
And it's a 15% discount if you use a discount code.
15% discount on anything at Picture This Clothing. So if you want a stylish mask, get after it. So that's the weekly rhythm. Question: how can you help? How can you support? Because I know that's a question, and I am honored to be asked that, I guess. We're always looking for development help. So, this year we decided to hit delete on the website and everything that's there. So we're looking for help on the website, on the API, and that's all on our GitHub account. So go check it out. I know some places are not necessarily as polished as we want, and we need to get better with issue management and whatnot. But we've leaned all in to kind of doing it the best that we can, and any help there's appreciated. By buying a ticket, come for the August 3rd event, that's a huge help. We'll have I don't want to say a tiered ticket, but a donation-based ticket, and the ability to get swag. Every piece of swag helps us keep the lights on, so we appreciate that as well. And sponsors. If somebody is interested in a sponsorship for August 3rd, or even 2021, or nationally, or Texas, please let us know. And if you know folks that may be interested in it and you want to do a referral, or it doesn't matter. Our revenue is split into, is it 3 streams? 4 streams, right? Sponsorships, tickets, merchandise.
That's it.
I feel like I'm missing something. I guess 3. The boss says 3. Us. I mean, our own company. So by doing any one of those things, that's huge. By following us on Twitch and us getting better at this and helping us, that's huge too. So all of those things help. All those things are things that we're grateful for. And we were trying to get it all launched by today, so I could just say, here's the places, right? Here's the event, here's the ticket, here's the merch. But we have day jobs too, and we just didn't get there. So that's that. Super appreciative of the question.
There was a question
and
about
the
family
support.
track.
Family track. Any plans for the family track? I am open to whatever ideas one may have. I've struggled a bit to kind of put my head around how we would do it. Let me rephrase. I can picture it pretty easily when we talk about spouses, but when we start talking about kids, I know our own kids, and I'm just speak about our own kids, aren't necessarily super focused these days on. I shouldn't say they're not focused. They're focused on school, but their attention span is limited. So I would love to have a conversation about it. There's no reason not to. Just have to figure out what a format would really look like there. But when we think about this August 3rd, really we kind of want to recenter, and then I really want to see us kind of pull off the virtual open spaces. That is one of the I guess magical pieces, I think, of when we're all together, those conversations. And I know there's lots of virtual conferences going on, and we don't really need to, I don't want to say step on what they're doing. We just don't need to do it again under a different URL either. So I think we have an opportunity to kind of think a little bit outside the box there. Back to helping. This will seem a little self-centered, but I'm going to use the opportunity to do it. As I said, we have day jobs. Our own company, Unspecified, we'll have some capacity here soon, so we're always looking for people to partner with. It does, I say keep the lights on, right? We have to balance kind of both things. One of the things we're doing at Unspecified is we're going to start streaming every day. First thing in the morning, we're building a GraphQL course, and if anybody is into that and would like to be part of it, I'm looking for some advisors, if you will, to get involved with me while we make this. If you want to learn along, we're going to stream the whole thing and how we do it and have some fun with it. So, we live this kind of dual life where TC is, one thing and Unspecified is another. And, we'd appreciate any help there too. So, let's see. Had some other questions come in. Are you still reading my questions? The answer is certainly yes. Why didn't you make the name mandatory? Some people don't like to give their name. Somebody asked what the meaning of life is. I don't have any answers to that right now. No, we're not sure how everything's going to turn out. Do you plan to announce speakers first? I'd rather have a presentation prior to if I'm chosen. I think we talked about past speakers, or the speakers, and what we're going to do for us. Feedback. Feedback on sessions. So everything, we did get through the open voting. We did not get through our kind of internal voting and the selection process that happened. We were already on lockdown at that point. It would have happened kind of the end of March. So a couple of weeks before we would have made the announcements. We did not make the final decisions on any of that stuff. So there's not a great deal of feedback from us personally, but there is the community voting in that. And part of building the new system was such that we could start to explore ways that we could provide better feedback to everybody who wanted to speak and help them in some ways become a better speaker. So I think we can start to dive into that. I know our voting system is not perfect by any stretch. I don't know that it could ever really be perfect. And there's a lot of context and things that go into all of that. But I think we can kind of build in a mechanism such that when the voting is over and the things have all been selected, we could share kind of the vote counts and where people are at. This year we had asked for feedback to give to us. We weren't sure. We want to use that to help everybody become better and also be able to flag things that are inappropriate and whatnot. So how we can incorporate that back and to everybody is certainly something that we strive to do. So I guess more to come there is featuring a new platform that we can certainly explore and build out. What else?
Well,
I feel like I've been just jamming.
You have been, but it's fine with me. I think you've covered everything, at least that we initially kind of set out to talk about it in this call.
Yeah, I think it
What about recapping for those who have
we can
joined late? Do we want to just quickly do that?
We can do a quick recap. I think I'd be remiss if I didn't say that this is a hard day. It's hard to kind of make this announcement. It's hard to know that we, have set out and spent the last kind of decade trying to, continue to build this. And I do want people to know that we're not changing our core values by any stretch. We're not changing our mission. This is a bump in the road. And as long as we can generate some revenue, over the next 12 months, we can keep the lights on and keep doing this. There has been countless conversations as to what to do for August, whether that's go all in and virtually, go hybrid, go because that's now a thing. People are now talking about hybrid conferences. We get solicited every day to buy some platform to do a thing. So not an easy decision by any stretch, but safety is first. I think we can still keep the momentum going and keep the awesome. And right now it's still important. Mm-hmm. Community is important. That's the number one. We don't. A session is the thing that just brings a set of folks together to kind of talk about something that they have in a common interest. But it's the people that make the community, not the session. So. So quick little recap. 2020 isn't going to be like it's been in the past. 2020 will be a one-day virtual event. We're going to have a ticket. We're looking for sponsors. 2021 will be in it'll be July 26th of 2021. The dates there will all get shifted around. The milestone dates will get shifted around. Whole bunch of goodness coming on the website to get involved with. From the store to multiple events, like we're going to go to Texas as well. I have to be careful when I say that. Some people thought we were moving.
Like we were moving
to
the
Texas.
Wisconsin.
Not we're going
I
to
gotcha.
also be in Texas. Huge, just a humongous set of gratitude towards CUNA Mutual Group and Invisia and Red Hat for supporting all of this, because quite honestly, if that went away right now, that would be it. So I'm just, you have an opportunity to go thank them and help. Please do. Somebody asked, is Pluralsight still a sponsor? are still a partner. Yes, Pluralsight is still very much a partner with us. We've had a number of conversations as to things that we can do with them and will do with them to come. I'm super grateful for them as well. We're kind of operating in a different capacity this year, but certainly a lot more cool to come. The rhythm to things: Monday, Wednesday we'll be streaming, Tuesday, Thursdays lunches, Fridays happy hour. We'll get to one keynotes monthly. When we can get back together, we'll get back together. I would ask that people, when we asked folks if they would still consider coming in August, it was overwhelming, the amount of, what would be a good way, wishful thinking. I think 75% of the folks said that they would still come. I think that was overly positive. I don't believe that. I think when it would come down to it, it would be hard to see that level. But we're very certain that when next year does come and we are together, there's going to be a lot of different social norms. One of the things that Carrie and I do, and others, is try to shake everybody's hand and welcome them. We're not even sure if that's like a thing we should be doing. It maybe resorted to fist bumping, and I say that kind of tongue in cheek, but that's the kind of conversations that we're having with folks at the Kalahari. Like, what does it mean? Is a hand sanitizing station at every single thing, on every single doorknob? Like, what does that all look like? Down to, this has gotten so complicated, down to things like we can't serve buffet food. And so I say all that because what I would ask all of you to do is spend a little time thinking about what would make you comfortable or uncomfortable, and let us know those things. And maybe we fire up a new form that we can just log ideas with. But I think it's important to be honest with ourselves as to when we think about getting together again. Some people may want to keep a social distance, and that's only for the mere fact that they're uncomfortable. And so, next year when we do this, we're going to have things like colored lanyards to say, I'm uncomfortable. I don't want to shake your hand, but it's not because I don't want to. It's just that I'm uncomfortable touching other folks. And so it seems odd to have those types of conversations, but I think this is where we need everybody to kind of step back and say, what does it look like? We've had these conversations when it's in relation to like women, and how what am I trying to say?
I don't know.
Just the social norms around, being inclusive, and how you engage one another, and all the things around that. So, it's an easy, I don't want to say it's an easy conversation. It's a conversation that is a bit more well known, right? Versus now we're in a place where we have a faceless virus that we don't necessarily know if one is sick or not sick. So again, I'm just, we're not doing this in a box, I guess is my point. So we're looking for any ideas, any thoughts, comments. Obviously, we've all been locked up in the house, so we all want to run and get out. But a lot to kind of plan for that we've never had to plan for before. So yeah, that's a lot to unpack. A lot's been
Lots
happening.
of good stuff, though.
Lots of good stuff. Thank you for everybody who has joined the stream and I'm looking forward to doing a lot more of this. It's a muscle that we're not very, very good with, but we're going to continue to get better. I mean, quite honestly, I know you were super nervous to be in front of this, and
I just hate cameras.
it's hard.
For anyone that doesn't know me, I just rather be on the other end. That's all.
It's hard for me too, though. But seeing everybody show up here and all the kind words, and seeing everybody show up in Slack, like it's we're just making the platform. Everybody else is, everybody together is the community, not us. So let's see. With that being said, thank you. I fake it well. I don't know about that. It is still hard. Let's see. I don't know if I missed any questions. If I did, drop them in the chat real quick because you guys have been blowing it up and I love it.
There were some fun ideas that came through on the kids' side with the slideshow. So we'll take note of that. It's a great idea. But I think we got mostly everything else.
Yeah. So with that being said, know that we just love the hell out of everybody.
We miss you all.
We miss everybody. The crew has been working hard. Everybody has been working hard. This is not like we have stepped back by any stretch. When this hit, it was like we ended up getting multiple jobs that we weren't really expecting. So it may not seem at times like that we're doing things, but the reality is we're doing stuff, every day of the week, and that's there's a lot that goes into it. So I'm and in one way I'm almost thankful that the virus has come because it has forced us to make sure that we are staying true to the core values that we have and doing things that have been on the back burner when they should have been on the front burner, and now they are. And if it
allowed
sucks
us
that it's
to
a virus.
reassess and
Yeah.
come back and do some of those things that we've been talking about for a while. So
Right.
trying to look at it as an opportunity to continue to grow and change and shift while maintaining who we are
Yeah.
and our mission, and hopefully we'll be in a better place when we come out of it.
Oh, we'll be in a better place.
Hopefully.
Thanks for the positivity.
I'm just being honest, right?
Yeah, I know. Yes, we do not have affiliate status, so obviously we just did this, and there's a whole bunch of steps to get there. But yeah, following is a huge help. I do think Twitch will be an interesting mechanism for us, and really hope to build out our platform, if you will, inside of Twitch. I know there's some pretty cool things you can do. So if anybody is already there and wants to talk about it, hit me up and let's record the conversation. I know on Wednesday, Christopher and I are going to talk about cameras and gear and some of the setup that we have here when it comes to, obviously this is a little over, but because of the streaming piece of it, but we've just been talking about gear and the things that kind of make good video, good audio, and I'm no expert by any stretch, but it's a conversation that we wanted to have record so that everybody could benefit from that. So that will be Wednesday's conversation for sure. What else? I guess lastly,
we got it.
thank you. I know we're locked up in this office, and you've paid the brunt of kind of my roller coaster of difficulties in trying to figure this out, and that goes for the entire crew. I mean, the last couple months have been hard, and it's been hard to get to this. So, a big thank you to them for dealing with my stress and anxiety around all this. And I may be here or the one up on stage, but there's a whole slew of folks that are logging every day to work on things. So, no, I haven't approached Twitch about a sponsorship. It feels very odd to be here, but I will certainly ask them, or email some inbox and they'll just delete it. I can tell you that it tells us our average bit stream is too high, and I would think things that are too high seems like that should be a good thing. I have no idea.
I guess not.
With that being said, we're not postponing, we're not canceling, we're reformatting, we're refactoring. Refactoring.
Yeah.
Let's stick with the programmer terms. Refactoring. So August 3rd will happen virtually. Tickets coming soon, merch coming soon. Follow us on Twitch. 2021, July 26th, Texas. Yes, don't know what date yet.
Join us on Slack.
Hit us in Slack. Watch us Monday, Wednesday. Eat some lunch with us Tuesday, Thursday. Have a cold beverage on Friday. Please keep your family safe.
Continue to check out the website.
Yeah, we'll get
it updated.
Yeah, we're just kind of, if I could share my desktop, I would show you all the glorious that we've been, actually. Should we try it? Let's try it. Do I have the PNG? Here, we'll give you here, let's see. We'll give you a
sneak peek.
We'll give you a sneak peek, because that's why I'm not on OBS yet. I'm on Ecamm at the moment, and we've just been trying to get everything set up. So the challenge is my 49-inch monitor. But let's see if I can just share. Bear with me. Whoa. We're cooking with fire. Let me know. Can you see that fairly well, or does it look like... Good. All right, so I'll show you a bit of the new home page. We've struggled over the past 9 years really, as to community versus event. And that.us is a thing that's coming, and we're building up to that, and a lot of the back end for thatconference.com is the same back end for that.us. The thing that we're getting to on thatconference.com is the events like WAC, WI, like you've been getting redirected to, will now be more event focused, and the root will be more community focused in all the things that are going on. And the two have gotten kind of muddled, which has made it difficult. But here's where we're going. So this will be the new landing page. A nice big kind of a bold statement about who we are. We've struggled in the past with people understanding kind of what that conference is, just because it's such an abstract name. And then right away, we're going to get into the events that we're participating. So Wisconsin 2020, you'll see Wisconsin 2021, you'll see Texas 2021, and then a whole series of our the weekly events. And when we start doing one-day things and whatnot, we'll have them listed here as well. Of course, we got to call out the folks who, help make this happen. So we're going to have a nice little ticker here with the folks that are involved with us nationally. We're going to lead right into our latest blog post. So another thing that we added this year was a blog on our side. So we're kind of migrating this stuff from Medium onto here so that it's in one place. We're all over the web. So being intentional about why we're at the places we are and what you can expect from them. So Facebook and Instagram and Twitch and YouTube and LinkedIn and on. Of course, how to get in touch with us. So the conversation, Slack is super active, and we're trying to be very mindful of sending value-based email. So we're continuing to get better with that. Last time we talked about the community members. And so we've got most of these pieces almost finalized. So when you're in your profile, there's a place where you can check, would you like it to be public? We're going to showcase our folks in the community here so that you can connect with one another. It's important for me because when we think about the pillars of the conference, we think about members, speakers, partners, and then the organizers. And all of those things need to kind of work cohesively. Here's a Twitch call out. Obviously, I said that we're on that.live, and then we have that.fm. So we have some plans as to how we can do an audio version. And then our keynotes, some of the past keynotes, really just taking you to highlighting some of the great stuff that's there. And then the store will be down here as well. And we may play with the order a little bit, but this will be the new home. We hope that it's easier for us to redirect people to the things that are going on. And yeah, so we're pretty pumped about that. I hope you liked seeing it. We literally just started dev on this stuff over the weekend. So cool stuff there for sure. We're super jacked. And can I change it back? Probably not. Yes. Nope. Okay, we're just gonna go there. So I hope you guys like that, or hope you all, I shouldn't say guys. Hope everybody liked that. We will get the past events up for sure. There's a lot of good there. It's not been deleted. In fact, it's just waiting on some API work. Yeah. There it is. So, our mic changed. Hold on. Oh, that's a bummer. I'm a rookie. Telling you. Mute. How about that? Better? Thank you for calling that out. Yeah.
I think that's
there
it.
You go. You did your first Twitch stream.
I barely said a word. We're echoing.
Still?
Maybe it's time to just
Mute. How about
end
now?
it.
Good. 100% better. Yes. Boom. We did it. All right. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate the support. Appreciate the time. Happy Monday. And with that, we'll end it. So thank you for joining. Look forward to seeing you in Slack and all over the place. So love you all. Talk to you later.
Bye, guys.